So I had just made a video, but I wasn't even recording, so all of that is not usable. But I'm gonna put my slippers on here. So I'm making this video to a specific set of people, but I also know that when I release it on YouTube or when I put it on my website, GabrielFSantos.com, not many people are gonna see it. The only people that would probably see it are the people I show it to. Just because I don't have a following, I don't really have a viewership, but I like to think that whether it's, you know, through the energy through the universe, or maybe down the road when I do have viewers and they come across this video, or, you know, the 1 or 2 or 10 people that happen to come across this video due to the tags or the title I put in the descriptions and stuff, this video is for you. You know, I don't know how people find this stuff, yet I find stuff on the internet all the time, and I'm sure those people, you know, like, they're the people that make the content that I run into, they're not making it to me specifically. Anyways, I'm getting off track. So if you're like me, you've taken the red pill. If you watch The Matrix, you know what the red pill is. The red pill stands for the path of truth, and what that is, questioning reality, wanting to know what is really the truth. And if you are like me and took the red pill, you've most likely gone to the internet, or at least books, to find the answers. And you can relate with the fact that there are many sources, and many good, you know, sources of information and knowledge, but you can't really find one that everyone can agree on, that can be even proven correct, you know. Like, for example, some videos think, some sources say that, you know, life is a 3D simulation, like it's a video game, which in itself can make you go crazy thinking that's true. Some sources, I mean, scientifically, right, at the quantum level, things are atoms, and even smaller than that, like subatomic. You know, if you've ever seen the movie Ant-Man, that scene where he goes even smaller than an ant into the subatomic world, it makes no sense. Like, that world doesn't make any sense. Yet that's what our world is, at the foundation of it, made of, right? Subatomic stuff. And then, if you're following me here, and I assume if you've made it this far in the video, you are following me, some sources say that like, our world isn't even solid, you know, like because things are just energy and just particles, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, that, like, it's all just like waves and, you know, not solid material, which again can fuck with you if you're like, this seems pretty fucking solid to me, you know. And so, and I can't help but feel that for those of us that have taken this path, and, you know, for whatever reason, that when we talk to people that have not taken the path, or are not aware of the information that we've made ourselves aware of, that, like, this is a pointless endeavor, you know, finding the truth. Like, yeah, okay, maybe it's solid, maybe it's not, but what about, you know, money? What about a job? What about, you know, all of these worldly things, which I get, which makes sense, because that's important, right? Like, whether or not the world is, you know, solid or not solid, you still need to figure out a way to eat and find a place to sleep, which brings up another host of, you know, topics like, do you even need a job? You know, like, I understand that society calls for a job, and if you want to have money, you certainly need a job, or you need to figure out to make money, but you technically don't need to do shit. Like, honestly, you could just live off the land if you wanted to. You could just be homeless and a nomad. And whether or not that is a good or bad thing is completely subjective. I know that in society, someone who's homeless, you know, you can either see them as they don't work hard enough, they're lazy, they're victims of the system, or you could see them as, like, you know, like I've watched, and I'm sure some of you have watched videos of homeless people explaining their situation and how circumstance does seem to disfavor them. Anyways, back to the initial topic, which was about being introspective and trying to find grounding with everything that you've learned. First of all, I can relate to you. I think a common experience for people like us is to feel alone, even amongst our own family and friends, because unless you do your own research, unless you expose yourself to this information, you're not going to get it anywhere else. It's definitely not in pop media. It's definitely not the focus of entertainment, you know? And so you can feel lonely, and you can feel unrelatable to other people. You're not alone. You're not alone. And my goal is to be a point or a source of this kind of conversation for people who think like this and who want to talk about this stuff and who just want to expand their mind and expand their consciousness and hopefully, you know, find a version of the truth that works for them and brings them happiness and peace and joy and ultimately, you know, the life that they want. And I don't know what that looks like for everyone else, and I don't even know what it looks like for me. So on that note too, if you don't really know what you want to do with your life and you're young or you're old or whatever, I think it's completely okay. It's completely okay. Anyways, so yeah, you know, I don't really have any advice or tips on what you can do to be calm about everything that's going on with you and your life and truth and the world, and what am I going to do about myself, and what about, like, you know, the cows and the homeless people and the government, and it's all a lie or it's all the truth, whatever. What is even life? Like, I got you. This shit is nuts. And by this shit I mean, like, this life experience. It is nuts. So yeah. Regardless, I hope you have a good day. You're not alone. And if you actually need someone to talk to, just reach out to me. I'm gonna put my email in the description. But yeah. So yeah, have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon.